Hey everyone, it's your girl SolieSims and we're doing another landscaping tutorial, this time for a messy overgrown side yard, and we're going to be using the following cheats, which are BB move objects, show hidden items, and live edit items as live edit objects as well. We're building in Windenburg and this is just a shell of a house of what I'm going to be using, and I pulled out a few debug items. I really love that big tree, cast a nice shadow, so this is what we're going to do. So we do have a bench. We have this vampire shrub, a shaggy luscious, as well as this debug shrub. I think you can get that in the regular Sims catalog as well. This little one, I don't know what it's called, but I used it recently in a Regency build that I had and that I really loved. And this one is the lupin. I don't use these plants very often, honestly, guys. This one is the hollyhock. I actually really like it, and I like to double it up so that it's normally looks so full. And this one here is the delphinium. We do have a little debug tree, and this other one there, I wasn't sure if I wanted to use it, but we will see. I have these two fences and posts from the cats and dogs expansion, so we're going to see how it goes. I don't normally like playing with the grid on, but for this time around we're going to go ahead and do it and see how it comes up together. So I'm placing the bench and I'm doing it more almost in line to the back of the house, but remember we have to keep space, of course, for the fences that we're going to be putting in. And I'm copying and pasting, and we're using alt to put the objects directly where we want to do it, where we want to place them, and of course that in combination with move objects on allows us to do this. I'm using the better build and buy option from Twisted Maxi. I know a lot of people don't really like to play with mods, but for me, I feel that it organizes the debug section so beautifully, and it just makes it easy to copy and paste a debug object. Also, it categorizes everything for you in that messy little catalog that is the debug menu, so it makes things easy to just copy and paste. And yeah, you can even search by name as well, for those of you who don't know. So this is, again, I don't know why I really loved how this turned out, but I don't really incorporate it in these things in my builds, and honestly I don't even know why, because I really like the look of it. But we're not going to be focusing on anywhere other than just the side entrance and the front entrance. The side of the house, like I said, it's just about that. Now one of the reasons why I'm going to be using this plant, which I think is actually very lovely, is because it is so big and shaggy, and it looks like the water would definitely fall here and cause it to be a little bit overgrown and large. I do want to apologize here, guys, in the event that you hear my fan going. It's very hot. It's 7 a.m. in the morning, obviously a.m., but it is so hot. Also, I'm just next to the road, so you may hear vehicles passing back and forth. There's nothing I can do about it. I apologize. So in using these plants, you can just twist them back and forth, flip them around to give it not so it doesn't look too uniformed. And also those that are actually with the arrows facing in, sometimes you can push them into the foundation, like what I'm doing. Well, this one is facing out, but for the most part, those facing the foundation, you can slide them towards the foundation without them raising, so that way it makes a little bit of a shorter space. Now, because this is in like a city type setting, I did want to bring in just a little bit of privacy on what I deemed to be like the roadside. So here I am looking at some vines to put up against that back fence. I didn't do anything other than just putting up the vines, and you can play around with that if you want. You can actually put in any other kind of creeping plants. I had not planned on doing this at all. It just occurred to me whilst I was doing, and that's the fun thing about trying to create a space. You can always play around with ideas while it happens. So with the delphinium, you can either leave it as big as it is, or you can size it down. Now, in my mind, I had an idea of the color schemes that I wanted to go for, so I went with pinks, blues, oranges, and yellows, of course with a lot of green thrown in between. So you can change any of the colors of any of the things that you want here, but I really wanted something that kind of matched in tone, like for the bigger plants like the hollyhocks and the delphiniums. The bottom, I wanted it to kind of sort of match in with the shrubs that I used in the bottom to make it look overgrown and bushy, as well as this debug plant. I'm quite sure that is actually in the regular Sims menu as well, but for the life of me I can't remember. So I didn't plan where I was going to put them. I just wanted it to I placed them randomly, I think, just wherever I felt looked good, but it's good to space them out, or sometimes you can keep them clutched together and that's okay as well. I doubled all of the flowering plants that I put in just to make the space fuller as well, and you will see, guys, that I actually just move things around just to ensure that it goes exactly where I want it to go. This one looks a little bit high. Did I not see that it was that high? I hope I didn't leave it like that. I think that one went up and I didn't even notice it. Oh well, we'll see how that goes. So yeah, so here I am just doubling up the hollyhocks just to ensure that I take up as much space as possible on the sides, and you can just litter them in between. And I just think that these colors go well together. I think that one is raised and I didn't notice it, but like I said, oh well. So with this little one, which of course the name I never remembered to check, because it is a nice yellow plant and because there is so much yellow already, you can put it into the shrubbery and just disperse it evenly or not, however you want to do it, into it, so it looks like it's growing out from the underbrush so it's not a plant on its own standing out looking weird. I think it just looks a little bit weird, and for me it's hard to incorporate it, but it is what it is. And this is where I bring in some orange flowers, and these are a bit overgrown. Like I said, we're going for the overgrown look, so I wanted to do it like it's actually growing through the fence, and but offering a little bit of privacy on the side yard as well. And then I put in some of these shrubs. I didn't think to check the name of that one as well. Horrible at this, aren't I, guys? But yes, so you just put in some of these. I'm incorporating the blue as well, just to ensure that it ties in with the other side as well. So we're moving over, and then I realized that I actually closed off my side lawn, which I wasn't, my side entrance, sorry, which I wasn't supposed to do. Of course, I will go in and do some terrain painting as well, and you guys will see. Yeah, I do it right now. So you can soften the color of the terrain, like soften the depth of the colors that you want. So you want to make it look like there's a little trail. It doesn't have to be a straight trail. It's actually better to make it curved just a little bit. And then I go under the plants as well as the foundation with just plain dirt, and that works well as well. So we're moving on to the other main entrance leading into the side yard, and again we're still going for that overgrown type of look. Maybe the people here don't have time to take care of the garden, and actually I prefer a garden that you don't have to take care of. But so yes, I put this plant there. This tree there, I'm not even sure that it actually grows bigger than this, or if it's just like a decorative type tree, but it gives off the look that it is a small tree just starting to get a little bit bigger. And I just put in some of the delphinium just anywhere around, really just in different spots, because you want to incorporate some colors as well. So I basically used all the colors of everything that I used on the other side for the most part, and I copied them and I used them on this side as well. So it kind of ties it in, and it just looks good in that overgrown fashion type of way. I did copy some of the shrubs, the vampire shrub actually, which is probably going to be one of my favorite ones to use, because I think it's just so vibrant and pretty, and it brings in that nice little orange color. And I've sized it down maybe 3 times because it's pretty big, or maybe 2, I can't remember 2. But then so for the outer layers, because it's not going to be as big and bushy inside, on the outside as it would on the inside. I sized them down really small to get them to look like they're just starting to creep out over the end, and in the middle I kind of just let them be the size that they were, and I sized maybe one or two, just one size down, so it fits in between. And basically that's it. And then I went ahead and I colored in with the terrain paint, making it seem just a little bit more realistic, because obviously underneath all that there wouldn't be as much green. It would be more bushy and you know, brown dirt like colors. So we have this other little side yard area, and I decided that that would be a nice little entryway to put the garbage bins, but you don't want to just have the bins out on the side. I mean, you can, but you don't have to. So you can go ahead and grab your bins, and I'm going to be using the same post that I used to make the fences with. So I've enclosed the bins into this little space, and I used the Sims 3 camera just to angle it just a little bit off to the side, so it's not too much at a sharp angle, but it's not directly right next to the other one in a particular way. And I've just speed up that process. So basically all I did is just use the same posts. I like that kind of white with a little bit of dirt, like dirt splatters from rain or just weather or and time. So I used that to make just this little enclosure for the bins. Sometimes you would find grass growing in there as well, but because there's so much gravel, I didn't bother to put in, you know, these little touches. But you can add some of the debug grass. I think actually that would have looked nice. And I want to think too that maybe there are probably a couple of kids, etc., or if this is just a center for whatever, it doesn't necessarily have to be your home, and you want to maybe pack your bikes somewhere when you come in. I preferred it for thinking of it as a home, and they just made provisions for parking your bike on the outside. So I used this fence to make a railing, a holding place, a resting place for the bikes. I don't know. And I still felt that the back of this area behind the garbage bins looked like it could possibly have some more things. So I went into the regular menu and just grabbed that and just grabbed a couple of plants from Mount Kabarebi. I forgot it's Snowy Escape. So I did that and I put it there. You guys will see shortly, and I just colored it up just a little bit and actually incorporated just a little bit of extra color in there, because I changed one of them I changed one of them into, I think, red. Yeah. And then yeah, so it brings in just a little bit of pop of color. I still felt that something else was missing, so I said, well, why not just put in, you know, some garden planters, and I used some of the smaller garden planters, 3 of them, just to put it in there and just set it up and see how that looked. And I was happy with it. I think it turned out great. Just adjusting it just a little bit, and I think everything should work. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I so hope that it helped anyone who was watching, and I will see you again, guys, in the next one. Bye.